Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? It's your boy Roar. I am so sorry that I've been kind of not on top of a lot of new releases. If I could even articulate to you how much work has broken my body over the last week, like literally my elbow and fingers are throbbing in pain right now. My feet and ankles are all bruised up and everything. Just take my word for it. The point is, I've just been conking out most days, just falling asleep. And when I haven't just been falling asleep, I've been crashing out, like in the video reaction I did to Auto's new song. You need to check that one out. But this is Houshou Marine and Suisei. I was going to say Hashinova, that's Muna. I just know her as Suisei. But their new song, Chatter Chatter. You guys are telling me to check this out, so here we are. Let's just jump into it. Okay, so we're like taking a road trip or something? Oh, interesting house. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we're either talking about acknowledging that stupid people say stupid shit about them and they're like, we're not even going to bother to talk about it. Or they're just, too bothered to make a lot of verbal show about things and instead acting on it. I'm going to live my life. I'm not just going to chatter about it. Either way, very interesting premise straight out the gate. Yeah. I also was more paying attention to the lyrics, not any of the visuals here. So let's dial it back real quick. Okay, so we have a star and a skipper. Oh, skipper, like for a boat. I was like, skipper. Are we like skipping rocks? What's the I'm an idiot. Okay. Okay, huh. I don't want anything. I just want this one thing. I just want the party life. I just want diamonds. I want this surprise. I want these things. But based on how I'm hearing it specifically, because I feel like in some contexts, I'm always going to miss some of the Japanese depth, because it is translated in English. I know there's just stuff that you miss with context in that. As far as I can tell, they're basically saying like, I don't want all this other nonsense that comes with fame. I don't want the crap of people's expectations, the burnout, the people making up shit. Like, I just want the things that success can give me, more opportunities, some opportunities to party and just kind of live lavishly, but I don't want all the other stuff. I feel like that's a pretty reasonable thing to look for. And it's something that most consumers of music especially don't get at all. They do not understand what their favorite artists have to go through and what they have to think about. Everyone acts like they can understand an artist from their own perspective when you've never had a top 100 hit. You have never had fans constantly push that you go a certain direction with anything, if I'm reading this correctly. So, very interesting straight out the gate. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, so we're gonna jump into a kind of upbeat bridge here, or refrain after this chorus. Yeah, so it's basically just saying people say shit all over the place. It's so funny to me because it makes me think of like when a kid tells you something that they just don't know what they're talking about. But they're like, let's just give an example, because this happened to me a lot in school, where they're like, your mom's stupid. And it's like, that's meant to make you feel upset because you obviously care about your mom. And someone making an insult about your parent seems really underhanded. But I remember someone said that to me, and I learned to turn around and go, my mom was a registered nurse who helped surgeons. And then everyone was like, oh, he's not giving us the hurt response that we were expecting. But like, the thing that made that feel worth it to me was them realizing how stupid they are. So they'd be like, oh, it's so weird to me how you get people on the internet that literally don't understand how stupid they sound. Where it's like, yeah, there are some people out there that they do it for attention, even if it's, they say something out of pocket with their full chest to just make themselves look dumb or whatever. But it's really the people that are just like, well, no, that's not true. I'm like, but here's all the evidence. No. I'm like, we all know what's going on. You sound dumb as hell. Just saying. Oh. Whoa, okay. Okay, so it sounded like they were kind of implying that you can have your delusions, you can think whatever you want, we're just going to escape from that because it doesn't matter to us. And I think when she was holding the little chatter mouth, and then it, was like, oh my gosh, they paid attention to me, that kind of implies that if you're not looking at them as someone to be frustrated by, but you're looking at them as, well, this is a person. They're kind of loopy, but, you're cute, and I'm paying attention to you a little bit. That for some people, that might be enough to kind of wake them up out of that. There are definitely people out there that, they say some stuff, and then you check them on it, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean that. I've encountered that before, where a lot of people are just used to being unchecked, but as soon as you're like, no, that's not how this goes, this is what's going on, and they're like, oh yeah, you're right, man, I'm sorry. I had that happen before. It's pretty fun. Not gonna lie. Hold on. Okay, so who is this body for? Who is this talent for? I feel like that's pretty poignant for someone like Suisei, because she had such a long history of trying and trying and trying and trying and just never landing a mark. So if anyone were to argue, oh, she doesn't deserve her talent, they need to shut the fuck up because they've never done anything even remotely close to what she's doing. Because you know how people like that would be. They would do it a couple times, fail, and then just complain on Twitter that, well, I didn't get what I deserved. It's like, well, then keep trying. But there's so many people that that's genuinely where they stop. And then they get more famous off just complaining about what they don't have, which is sad. Because, I mean, for me, I'm happy that, for the most part, I'm pretty self-aware of like, oh, this is the thing I'm not doing in order to get to here. Yeah, and then the pain, the frustration of not doing those things in order to get there completely overrides any of the fun I could have by just sitting and stewing. I've never been one of those people. Okay, interesting that they're just doing beginnings of the sentences here. Like it's starting off a sentence, and then they're like, just shut the hell up. We call you, it's go time. Maybe it's just saying we're just presenting it to you like, hey, here's more opportunity for you to actually do something. Huh. Say, huh. Well, seriously? Maybe it's like this kind of call and response where Suisei is kind of playing the role of the people who aren't really paying attention, and they're just like putting out half measures. Hey, well, and they're like, like that movie from oh god, I forgot who was in it. Adam Sandler, who was like, "Today, Junior, like speak up, finish what you're saying, put it out there, do something, don't just sit there." Maybe, if I'm assuming this right. Yeah, say why. I don't know, because it feels like it's, each one of their words in and of themselves doesn't seem like much is conducive of the sentence. So. Yeah, feel free to have your delusions. Like, I've never heard, I mean, unless this was just all metaphorical here, if you're really saying, yeah, dude, live in a world where you are something you absolutely aren't. Go on. Go, keep yelling in your padded room, buddy boy. Like, yo, that's the nicest way of saying you're stupid, dude. Like, come on. Yeah, like an express train out the vortex, we make our exit. Yeah, we're not spending our time paying attention to that. I can easily say I spend too much time in that. I let so many things get to me. I really, really do. Because it bothers me. Why does it bother me? Because it's not even about the talents that I harp on. Like with Otto, I crashed out about Otto and everything. It has nothing to do with Otto necessarily. She's a big girl. She can handle it. She's a supreme entertainer the world over. She runs her own idol company. She does all these different things. These ladies they're spoken for, right? Some people think the only reason why I've, tried to care about different talents is because they're, at least these folks are ladies and people are thinking I'm trying to get something out of it, which doesn't make any sense. But more so than that, it's that whole incentive of not treating the other person like a human being and expecting them to just pump out what you want because they're an entertainer. That whole idea, that whole mindset, that has to stop. That's so damaging to the entire entertainment industry. People being entitled about what they want. So sure, it's just a moron who doesn't know anything, just chattering, but it creates a precedence. And I don't like that precedence because that affects everybody. Everybody's just getting hit with all this entitlement out of everybody. It's like, shut the hell up. We'll do what we want when we can, of course. And for those of us that genuinely want to provide, a look at the entertainment industry and entertainment ourselves, we'll do it when we can because we care. Just leave us to what we want to do. Like, come on. Interesting. Oh, hold on. I've been kind of looking to see if there was like different allusions to different different talents and stuff like that. I think this is Fubuki, right? And then I don't know who this is. The eye with kind of looks like a gator or a bandana and then like a bow or something. I don't know what that is. But if that's like an allusion to the next duo that we're going to have, that'll be really cool. Anyway, yeah. And they're just like, we tasted another victory. We're moving on. I think that's really impressive of them as entertainers to be like, yeah, there might be things that we're acknowledging. Because some people will argue that if you ever entertain haters and people chattering, well, then that means it did get to you. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah. Seeing the existence of something and being frustrated by it are two totally different things. But that's another way that the internet wants to argue that you can't stand above something while acknowledging that it's frustrating that it exists. You know what I mean? But you guys give me your thoughts in the comments. Obviously, link to this is going to be in the description. Go support these ladies. And if you haven't heard either of them, they both have original music out. You need to check them out. Very, very good stuff. And that's all I got to say about that. See you guys next time.